we're back. Today we're gonna do that tomorrow, right? We're gonna try to get the part 2 of that video done tomorrow underneath, just to kind of, if possible, if we could get on the lift. But today we're gonna talk about a car that we haven't talked about on this channel like at all. Like the Black Bean has never been like featured ever. So I know we've had this since late 2017, right? Like you bought it brand new.
Correct.
So this was like one of the first 18 Gen 3s to come out. Give me like the lineage as to what we did with it, as to where it was versus what it is now.
We bought a stick car, an orange one.
Orange one, yeah.
Performance pack. It was all decked out. It was a nice car. And then we bought this one, base model automatic. Locally, we bought this up in PA. The other one we bought somewhere, and then they shipped it to a dealership. So this was the first 18 plus NA to crack into the 10s.
Yes. In late 2017 or early 18?
Early 18.
Okay.
Like, January of 18 we put 4 10s in it, cold air kit, long tube headers right to the track E85, and low 11s, a few tricks here and there. 1098. I think we got a 1088 out of it.
Okay.
128 Dakota was driving.
Oh geez.
Yeah.
Wow, that's good mile.
We backed it up 3 or 4 times.
Excellent.
And then from there it went to a Whipple, just a base Gen 5 Whipple.
3.0?
3.0. I think we ran mid to low 10s with it because it had a stock motor. Then we put oil pump gears and a sprocket in it. Turned it up a little bit more, got into the 9s. I think Dakota ran it. He was wheelman then, driving it. It was 970, 960 a couple times.
He was the lightest of us, right?
Yeah,
Dakota.
Yeah. And then from there it went to a built motor, more boost, and then we kind of debuted the car at Mod Nats in 19 after the Blue Goose decided to put it on the bumper at MIR, and we couldn't bring it. We switched to this one real quick, and actually still had the 3.0 Gen 5 on it, nothing special, stock blower, probably 19-20 pounds, and we started off with a 50 dry shot and played up to a 75-80 dry shot.
Okay.
Junior was wheelman then and ran consistent 870s, 865, 159, 160 was his best time.
Mm-hmm.
It's a full weight car.
Right, had all the seats and Junior driving.
Junior driving, and he's not light. And then we turned it up with a Cobra Jet blower, which was a little better intercooler that Dustin sent us, and we went to Texas 2K.
Yes, on the heavyweight class.
In the heavyweight class,
right,
which the car got contested.
Correct. This car outlawed Mustangs in the heavyweight class, right, at Texas 2K.
Which is ridiculous because we had to add weight.
Yes, we had like 80 or 100 pounds in the back or more.
Even more.
Just like sandbags and stuff.
What did we have to weigh for that class?
42.
42.
Yep.
Yeah. So with Junior, I think we had to add about 135 pounds.
Right.
And all the Cadillac CTSV guys got bent. Everybody got bent. Junior went right out and got #1 qualifier.
Right.
Like his first pass.
And it was class legal. It was a heavy car.
Yeah. And it weighed slightly more. It was like 42.20. We wanted to make sure nobody was going to say anything. There were some other fast guys there, and he was running consistent, no nitrous now. We turned the boost up to make up the difference, and he's still running consistent 880s, 870s. I think he clipped an 868. We broke a drive shaft. That was a coupler issue, fixed that. G-force was like
on it.
Damn.
Yeah.
Overnighted next day. Manuel Gomez was helping us. The whole group down there was, and right back at it. And we made it to the finals. And Texas 2K in its normal fashion, caters to all the roll race stuff and whatnot, and GTRs were blowing up left and right. It delayed the track. Sorry about that.
It's all good.
Delayed the track a little bit, and so they crunched the classes up, and we didn't get proper prep.
Correct. I remember that. And we went on a 305 tire back then.
Yeah, it was the 305 17. So we turned it up a little bit because we were against a really fast CTSV.
Very fast, yeah.
And we were faster than him, but it spun on the hip.
Right. And that was that. And then that's the last time we saw that car for a while because it stayed down there. Oh, it came back.
No.
It stayed down there. Right.
For a little over a year under the care of Midnight Performance, Manuel Gomez. And there it went through had Gen X rotor, a full Cobra Jet blower ported, different motor, and
cams?
Nope, stock
cams.
Springs, heads, valves, headwork, Slocco headwork, and 10R80 built, 8.8 built. Went on a Jenny Craig diet, and it ran a slew of low 8s, and then he changed wheelman to
a light person. Very light person, right?
And good weather, and it clipped a 798 and a 797 and 172.
Right.
So it's the fastest blower Gen 3 car.
Okay, still.
I don't think anyone's been
sevens in a 10R80 blower car.
I don't think so.
Me neither. But people will correct it. We're not claiming it. We're just saying I haven't seen it.
Yeah.
So as it sits now, where are we at, and what are the goals with the car? I know you did some rear end work. I'd love for you to get it up on the lift. But what did we change here? Then we'll get underneath it.
We brought the car back over winter so we could get it back here since we're now down in Florida, and it's got a new motor. It's been dynoed. It's made over 1200 to the wheel, 1255. 10R80 stuff, converter stuff. The 8.8 had 315s in it, and it was a stock housing, aluminum housing IRS.
Right, I remember that was stock 8.8.
It had all the billet stuff in the back, but it started not liking it. So I had enough extra parts to put together a G-Force 9-inch because I had a backup G-Force 9-inch for the Blue Goose. And G-Force worked with me on that. Dropped the housing, solid bushing to everything, and custom drive shaft to get it all fit with the 10R.
Excellent.
And
can we get it up in there and take a peek underneath?
Did some exhaust, weight reduction on the exhaust because we're getting it ready for Florida.
FL2K, yep. So, Senior wanted me to mention that this is now a 3.8 blower on a
3.5 upper, 20% lower.
3.5 upper, 20% lower, 150 throttle body, and the Cobra Jet.
Caged 10 rib system on the bottom, double keyway.
This is the MFP.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, excellent. Yeah. MFP 10 rib system with the Cobra Jet 150 millimeter cold air. Very good. All right. This car doesn't have a lot of miles, right? It doesn't have a lot of miles. It's like super low, right? 3,400. Oh wow, this thing has literally, because I was looking at it, it's so clean. Yeah, the paint doesn't even have any scuffs.
The 03 Cobra has
8,000.
7780.
Huh? 7780. I did. I about 30 or 40. So this thing has 30 whatever 100 miles. Wow. Okay, I already see the Steeda K member. So this thing has a Steeda K member?
Correct.
Okay, let's go from front to back. Obviously, there's certain, but this is a race car. Who cares? This is a race car. Steeda K member. That's pretty much in suspension. Front suspension, we got Viking. Whatever. Like what do they call the coilovers? AK valving or whatever.
Correct.
Yeah, AK valving. It has TBM brakes.
Yes.
TBM brakes on Bellax. And let's go to the rear end because we were just talking. Oh, we'll do some exhaust stuff. It's got basically dumped exhaust, but we'll talk about the rear end because there's a bunch of stuff going on down here.
Yeah, so work with Steeda on this quite a bit. Dropped the subframe, IRS subframe assembly, and had to completely, gouge these out, put solid bushings in, and then same with the vertical bushings that go to the frame. Those are all solid. 9-inch
Who makes that guy? G-Force?
G-Force makes the housing, and then the third member is a Strange HD Pro. It's just an extra one. This is, we had 315 gears. This is actually a 325
320.
Pro. It's actually a 9.5-inch Pro gear. It's been in the Blue Goose. It's already gone 7s.
Okay.
Set it up. Not a spool. It's the
Wave track or S-track is what they call it?
Yeah, for this car, it'll be fine.
Sure.
4-inch drive shaft, aluminum. It's also G-Force.
It is. There you go.
You know, 1350 yoke, big yoke.
Steeda stop the hop kit, right? And then all Steeda stuff basically. And you have the bigger spring. The drag spring with a spacer, correct? And what is this arm called? This big arm that I keep forgetting what this is called. Yeah, me neither, but
it's a camber arm.
it has that too. So it has, and what axles are on there? Like the 1500 horse deals?
It's the Pro Outlaw axles.
And we got a 315 tire out back.
Yes.
315.
Bell axe, and then it's also got the race brakes in the back.
Yep, so it's got TBM all the way around 315, 5017, bell axe, and I think they're custom powder coated by the guys.
Yeah.
Manuel got it done for you. Yeah, I like, that looks really good actually. Yeah, they did a really good job. So this is all Steeda stuff basically?
It's all Steeda stuff. Yeah, on the IRSs you can actually set preload similar to how you set preload on an anti-roll bar on a standard setup.
Based on this adjustment right here? Okay.
And it's kind of a set and forget. You get the preload in there, and then it hooks and it's straight.
Very good.
We're gonna play with the camber a little bit. Right now, it's they're sitting straight up. They're 0.
So when it's on the ground, it'll have a little bit of camber because
it's straight up. So when
on the
it
ground.
launches, it might kick in slightly, but that was to get a little bit more clearance.
Is this a TIG Vision situation? TIG Vision parachute mount?
Oh no, I'm sorry. This came from Motion.
Gotcha.
Motion.
I didn't know they made S550 stuff like that.
Yeah, and it was really, really nice design, really quality stuff. Cable runs back around the ISO that's in here, and then down under the rear seat delete in the back, it's got a 6-point Cobra Jet roll bar.
Okay.
And it is connected to the emergency brake handle.
Oh, very good. What's the car weigh, if you had to guess right now?
There's no guessing. We know with Junior in it, with carbon fiber hood, deck lid, and doors, but it still has all the interior and windows and 2 seats in it. Those are going to come out. We will put an aluminum bucket with 5-point harness, more for safety than weight.
Gotcha.
That will take some weight out. He'll be right around 3770, 3780.
Okay, and the goals are to be in the 8s or low 8s, so I don't think we're looking for crazy records.
I think it'll easily run 860s, 850s. We've got a couple of pulleys to turn it up. It's hitting about 26 pounds right now.
Okay.
But this blower doesn't do much work until it does a lot of work from 6,500 to 8,500.
So it likes high RPM.
Yeah, so it's going to hit a little less down low on launch. So the 60-foot may suffer a bit. I think raise the shift points a little bit, and I think it's going to talk up top.
It's got a circle D converter,
Yeah.
manual belt trans, and carbon hood, carbon doors, carbon deck lid. We're going to put a bucket in it, and it's got a Cobra Jet roll bar, or is that a Steeda? What roll bar is that?
It's a company that's up in Michigan that does a lot of the Cobra Jet builds.
Oh, what is the name? They oh my God.
Slips me.
Yeah, I know. They have a bunch of them built on like the NMRA stuff.
Right.
That'll come to me eventually. But yeah, cool. No, I just wanted to show the channel because we have never even talked about the history of the car. Because it matters, because Gen 3 10R80, this was the guy. This was the guy that developed all the tuning on the Lund Racing side of things. This was the first 10-second car, NA, and the first and only, as far as we know, 7-second car. Boosted, supercharged, because there's a couple of turbo.
Other turbo cars that have gone 7s.
Okay.
Without any issues or ECU restrictions.
Exactly.
Like that.
Excellent. All right, we can end it there, but what I would like is, because eventually we'll talk about Blue Goose and what you've upgraded, can we get that started?
We can.
Because I want to hear it, because it sounds really good. Like it sounds like it doesn't sound like a Coyote when it's chopping.
No, it doesn't.
But I want to end the video giving them a preview of what the deal is with this. I just want to hear it, and then we'll just end it, and then tomorrow we'll play with that car. But I'd love to hear the car to end the video, because we'll do a full length situation another time. Yeah, I just want to start it here. That's all. And then we'll talk about it another time. Unless you want to talk about it now, we could do 2 in 1. If you could condense it, what do you think? We could just talk about the changes.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's get it started. Let's get it started, and then shut it off, and then let's start it, shut it off, and then we'll talk about it. I'll do that so we can hear it. 2 for 1. 2 for. People always say that they're blown away as to how easy these cars start, because you see a Holly 7-second car and
Start it 4,000.
yeah, you got to throw starter fluid in it, but this thing started right up. So tell me, we all know what it was, but tell me what we changed from then till now.
From then till now, we changed turbo kits. It now has an undermount auto welds kit. It's got a lot of weight out of it because of the incident at the wheel stand. It crushed the front end of the car. So
Right, folded right here.
we had to do a tube chassis to save that, tied that back into the cage, and it's just got a standard 10 point. It's not a 25.3.
Right.
In doing that 1320 chassis, Jason Abbey took out the secondary firewall. He had the dash out of it, so we pulled the AC, all that's out in there, which is about 35 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
When we go back with this car, it'll have a nice rear seat delete in it. We are going to put some carpet back in it, and probably 2 seats back in it.
Okay. Wow. Really? Okay.
Because it's going to be pretty light. It's probably going to be 250 pounds lighter. Than
Okay, I gotcha.
It has a 4R200 in it. It's been the flagship 4R200 car.
Yeah, this was the one that started the development because Grey Goose was lacking. Then that all of a sudden just picked right up, and we kept going on that guy.
This is the original 5.0 motor that's in it. Now it's built by Wonder Racing, upgraded rods, pistons. It's got a dry deck head set up where he welds the head and the block. Runs a copper gasket. It'll handle 45 pounds of boost all day long. Because it's undermount turbos, I had to get elaborate with the oiling system. It's got a I think it's called Rotor Works pump. It's the big upgraded oil pump, scavenging pump that comes into the, returns it back into the front cover.
Oh, I see. Okay.
This car has always had a little bit of a cooling issue because of this massive no-cut corners intercooler. This thing works awesome, but it blocks the whole front of the car. So went to a EcoBoost radiator, which is a little shorter.
Yeah, I noticed it's a lower profile than like a GT.
And then we lowered the intercooler about 3 inches so we get a little more airflow.
And I noticed the turbo pump that you got down there.
Yep. It's a secondary pump. It still has a factory. It's got a GT350 water pump with some every third vein removed, which is a road racing trick to
More flow.
at the higher RPM.
Right.
Doesn't cavitate.
And this is like a pusher, just kind of pushes extra.
Yeah, it's actually sucking out of the block going in this way.
Got it. So the cooling has been rectified due to the blockage that we got in the front. And then who did the chassis work or the front halving of the car?
1520 Fab out of Maryland before we left, Jason Abbey.
Very good. And the goals with this is it's going to be a 4R200. It's going to make, it's not as light as that car, but what are your goals at the end of the day with this car?
It's still running the IRS, so I would like to see it reset. It's been a 766, 767 a couple times. I'd like to get down into the low 750s, maybe high 740s with it.
Okay.
Mid 180s. That's probably about all it's good for.
Before you have to start really redoing the whole
It's got
back half.
larger turbos. It had 64, 66s. It's got 68, 70s now.
Okay.
What I really like about the Aldo weld kit, it's a big header. He uses that Ford Racing 1 7/8 and a 3 1/4 flange. A couple guys do that. I think Midnight also makes a similar setup. And then it goes right to the turbo. Wastegate dumps off to atmosphere. And Aldo did a set of custom titanium dump pipes.
Oh, really? I might have to get it. Can this go up in the air a little more? Or is that going to be a problem?
They're so light, they float.
I didn't know you had titanium like extension
That's why it sounds
pipes.
the way it does.
Yeah, it sounds funky, yeah. Oh, wow.
Really nice job.
Suspension limiters from Mr. Abbey. So you can...
The entire front end of this car is engineered by him.
Wow. Look at that. Oh, look at that. Oh, you weren't kidding. You really did do that. Wow. I like that. It's similar to stock location. It's almost like where the header would be, the collector, and then this is going to be like analog. Are we going to analog anything in there? Or just I was just there for the
forward.
Okay.
They have 2 air fill.
Look at that. Well, this is Aldo, all Aldo right here.
Yeah. Pure titanium.
What
It's
is that?
amazing.
4-inch?
4-inch.
That's crazy.
We do have back pressure sensors on it, so I'm real curious to get that data because it's going to be much less back pressure than this kit.
And I like that we have a little access. This is that 6R80, or we did it on both, where we have an access
Yeah, I
hole
do
to.
that on all of them.
Excellent,
It's much
yeah.
easier to get to converter bolts.
Beautiful. Well, there you go. Well, there you go. I just wanted to give the guys a sneak peek as to what the upgrades were.
Hard to really tell. It's a GT350 bottom end as far as the oil pan.
Oh, okay.
pickup.
I see the plastic.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's not a
GT.
Gen 3. It's a GT350.
Gotcha,
So it's
'cause
like 11.5 quarts.
Because people will see this and go, oh, it's a Gen 3, and it's not. It's a GT350 situation. Well, thank you very much, Mr. Lund, for staying a little late just to explain the stuff. But yeah, I wanted to give you guys an update on this car. Obviously, a complete rundown in history of the Black Bean. Look for it at FL2K, hopefully, and look for this guy also, FL2K. And we're going to try to get this up on the lift to give you a rundown of the suspension that Blacklist did underneath, because it's just as impressive as it looks from the top. All right, guys, thanks for listening. Talk to you later.